Hello, I'm Sergeant Gaucher, and today we will be covering challenged persons entering our area of operation. The classification of this training is unclassified. We are in a classroom setting, so our risk management is low. Although we are in a classroom setting, there are still some hazards that we should be on the lookout for, such as missing and falling ceiling tiles, loose power cords, spills, and broken seating. For this classroom training, we will need a water source, pen, paper, and our common access card. The reason for this training is to know what to do when an unidentified person has entered our AO, also known as our area of operation. When an unidentified person has entered our area of operation, a challenge word or phrase is issued after the command of halt, giving the incoming personnel a chance to stop and reevaluate what is happening. Once the entering personnel has been stopped and the command of halt has been given, the two-part phrase of your challenge and response shall be issued. The challenge and response issue is something that should be common to those briefed up on our mission, but not so common that any personnel coming from the outside that is not a part of the mission should be able to easily guess the response. The call and response can be very vague, but not so vague that you forget. So a prime example of this could be, how do you play? How do you play is the challenging word. The response can either be something so simple as aces high or in a sandbox. Using this method, we are able to identify whether incoming personnel is friendly or hostile. Once the incoming personnel has been identified as friendly, they are allowed to enter the AO and pass through and continue on with the mission. If the personnel entering fails to issue the correct response that has been decided amongst the team or chain of command, they are then detained, searched, and disarmed, and further instructions shall come from higher up, whether they're to see what shall happen, whether that's have the MPs come and take them away, or what so happen. Even though there are different situations where this may occur, it is best to stay vigilant. This is normally issued in a team of 2 to 3 personnel, where the incoming personnel should not be able to easily identify you or your team, but you can easily hear and identify incoming personnel. So say if there is someone 150 meters out, they may not be close enough depending on what's going on. So if there's a lot of noise going on and you're in an urban environment, 100 meters may not be exactly where you want to start. 50 meters